do not sign my soul away to Zoom.
Oh, you've already signed your soul.
At least mine's not on eBay like somebody's.
They told me I'd take it down.
One day.
Welcome to Crashing Game Night. My name is Matt Diora, your host, as always. And tonight, voice actress Samantha Kelly, the voice of Peach and Toad, is crashing game night with us.
Woo!
Hi.
Yeah.
And joined
My
by
queen.
the beanied one, as always, Gerard Barrera.
How's it going, everybody? Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. And we are graced with royalty, Nintendo royalty.
Nintendo royalty.
We are.
Best behavior, gentlemen.
Truth.
We have a princess, a queen.
I mean,
In our
are we
presence,
ever well
gentlemen.
behaved?
And that my friends is the voice of the baby face one who ditched us for 2 weeks, Theo Walski.
Welcome
Yes.
back.
And Babyface is very prominent since I am very childish, and we will go with that because I'm never well behaved.
And then the lion's mane, our maitre d' of services, Jason Belidio.
How's it going, guys? How's it going tonight? Theo, miss you, but more importantly, Miss Samantha Kelly, thank you for joining us on the couch today.
Thanks for inviting me. I brought some of my
So,
stuffed animals with me.
Oh,
nice.
We don't have the
That's
peach
so
one
good.
yet,
Milady.
but we've got the blue toad
You have the blue
version.
toad? Right on.
Mhm.
Yep.
Amongst the many other stuffed animals that my son has. That's all Nintendo.
You're such
Definitely
a
a
dad.
theme.
It was awesome to check
Yeah.
in and see you with like a kid in each arm. They probably climb on you
Dad.
like a jungle gym too.
They do, and they jungle gym on my wife too, which it's it can get annoying sometimes because kids just sometimes at that age just don't know space barriers yet.
Yeah.
But it's awesome. I love being a dad, and it's awesome seeing them experiencing some of the stuff I grew up as a child because I'm an original Nintendo kid. So they're now experiencing the Mario games and everything, which is great to see that, just that excitement. It's
is.
like playing gaming through their eyes again. It's eye-opening compared to what we have like with PlayStation, right? And Xbox. So Samantha, how have you been? You've been busy.
Yeah. Well, I was Jerry. I was just in Arizona at Game On Expo. I don't know if you were there or not, but
Oh,
that
Fan
was-
Expo.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was Game On. Yeah, it was.
Oh,
awesome.
Game
Yeah.
On.
Yeah.
I
it
was
pretty
gonna
fun.
try and go, but I ended up getting sick, so I had to return my ticket. So I was
Dude,
just Yeah.
I'm sorry.
yeah. I just got. It was so weird. Right when I got off work, I was gonna go. I got my ticket right after work, and then was gonna plan my weekend, and then literally just got some sniffles and just got a little sick and just couldn't leave the house. So yeah, I
Yeah.
missed out.
Well, we
Yeah.
do appreciate you not leaving the house while being sick, though.
Yeah,
We
should
appreciate
you be
that.
wearing a mask right now, Jerry? Maybe you should slap a mask on.
Oh, done it.
Stop breathing through the camera, Jerry.
Right.
Right.
I know.
Oh, but yeah, you've been doing quite a few conventions.
Yeah,
As
I
of
only
late, and-
started like a couple years before COVID hit, and I had never been to one, and I had no idea how cool they were. So as soon as I went to my first one, it was SAC Anime, and I fell in love with it. It was just like the coolest culture, and I met so many friends, and
What
then
was
we were still
the
doing it.
atmosphere that was like that you've experienced throughout the conventions?
Oh my gosh, I am a cosplay geek, and so
Oh,
I
nice.
just like I
Nice.
can't stop. I can't help myself. Like I will go running across a convention center to go find somebody. A little this super enthusiastic lady who wants my picture. But I love the cosplay, and I love the collaborative and creative atmosphere. Like to me, it's like the only place where people are so supportive to each other and everyone's included. And yeah, I wish the whole world was like that. I love it there.
That's kind of the genuine like
Mhm.
general atmosphere that we've gotten to. Theo and I did Comic-Con this year for the first time,
Yeah.
and that was like the most overwhelming thing, was that just everybody was so helpful. Everybody was like, oh, you're gonna want to go over here because they're gonna give you this, but
Yeah.
this is the line for that. Like it was
Yeah.
everyone was helpful.
Yeah. They are. And you notice it's to me it's like where you just see people hanging out and they're excited. Like they're super passionate, they're sharing, and there's just a really happy delightfulness to it. There's no drama. It's just straight
Yeah.
up joy and enthusiasm, and it's
Yeah,
all about
it's always,
stuff,
what are
so.
you here for? Oh, you're here from,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
always just
Oh, I
very
love this.
welcoming.
Yeah, exactly. So it was really cool. And then in Arizona, my husband, I have a 10-year-old daughter. She has Down syndrome and she hasn't been to
Mhm.
very many cons, and she rocked the cons. Like she had a great time, and
That's
she
that's
was
very
awesome.
cool.
me at my table. She was helping people get their autographs and stuff. And it was
Aw.
really, really fun. So
That's so sweet.
yeah, we had a
So
blast.
since Jerry decided to take the questions out of order tonight,
Oh,
sorry, to the
sorry.
conventions.
You're a rebel.
Because
it's-
we're totally a show that we go by the bullet.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
order.
Us
All the
go on
time. We
I'm gonna
never go
piggyback-
off on tangents. We're always
Right,
so
we-
professional.
Right.
We're going off book.
Right.
What?
No, so I get part of that, was going to be, hey, what do you love about the conventions and stuff? But more specifically, how does it feel to have people that are cosplaying the characters that you voice and are there specifically to see you? How does that feel?
It's a joy. And when you talk to some of these people, like a lot of the women who cosplay Peach, they spend more than a year making the dress. Like it's
Yeah,
a
wow.
huge endeavor, and they hand make it, and so how do I feel? I feel usually not worthy, kind of like, oh my gosh, this is so phenomenal. And then a lot of times they can do the voice, and I'm not kidding you, they can do the voice better than I can. And so I'll just sit there like, I want to just bow, like, your majesty, it's so cool. And I don't know, I love it. I my whole phone, I mean, I could show you guys, my phone is filled with pictures. That's what I do, is just like take pictures of everybody's cosplays. That's pretty much what I love to do. So yeah, but they're beautiful, they're so amazing. I mean, they're just like, they're so amazing. Okay, which one do I want to show you? Some of my favorites. Well, you can go on my Instagram if you want to. But,
Yeah, right, I was going to say, go to your
love it.
Instagram, because that's like, I've been vicariously living through the convention, like living the conventions through you and all the cosplay pictures and stuff that you and Laura both are taking and posting on your guys's Instagrams. It's nice.
Does
It's
it
nice to
interest
see
you,
those.
or is it too much? Like, do you sit there? Because sometimes I'm like,
Oh, yeah,
stop
I sit
it.
there,
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
But I
I am-
admire
Oh,
them.
absolutely. Oh,
I'm
that was the
insanely
other thing.
jealous.
Yeah,
I'm insanely
I
jealous
wish I
of
could
them
do that
because
too.
I don't have that skill.
Yeah.
So-
Oh,
Do you cosplay? Do any of you guys cosplay at all?
I used
I'm,
to.
I'm toying with it. I think if we get into the Comic-Con next year, I'm gonna try and do something a little simple if I can get it together. I think I
Good.
might do a Ghostbuster.
Oh, you're not gonna be Silent Bob, Jerry?
Well, what if you
that might be my
purchase
second
a
day.
costume though? What if you purchase and still just dressed up?
That's true. Yeah, you can still do that. I would
Yeah.
do that still.
I mean, I'm not a fan of Halloween, but I did dress up last year and we did the whole we did Mary Poppins.
Yeah, that was
there
that
you
was
go.
The
cute.
whole family.
That's
The whole
awesome.
family.
Oh.
They were
I
penguins.
actually,
It was so
I
funny.
actually
That's very
dressed
cool.
up as Bert
Oh, I could see
From
that. I
the-
could totally see you doing
with the
Bert.
whole like hat and
The
the
hat.
little laser and all of that.
the
and
little
it-
Baskin Robbins hat and the cane
Yep.
and such. Wow.
It was super. It was super cute. It was super cute. I think this year, I think we're gonna do Cruella de Vil. So the kids are gonna go as puppies,
Oh, okay.
and
God.
I gotta decide. I gotta decide which one I'm gonna be as Horace or Jasper. But yeah, it's the first time kind of getting to that, and I
Yeah.
think that's
No.
also with kids. You kind of get into that more as you may not in life. So
Yeah, I mean, I used to cosplay all the time back when we had Anime Expo in Anaheim. Me and a bunch of friends would always have like a group cosplay, and I miss those days. But I that was before the beard. That was before I was like clean shaven, just like
you're a
Theo.
variant. You'll just be a variant with a beard.
Yeah,
You can
I
still-
was-
you can
I
still
was
do it.
clean shaven like Theo, and it was just like it was easier to do a lot of cosplays. But it's hard to let go of this beard. I can't.
Did you as a group go as a theme, or you all did like individual?
Yeah. Oh no, we would always have like a small theme.
Oh,
it-
sweet. That's fun.
Yeah. And it's so much fun, and it's a lot better that way because then you feel like you're like this whole group that goes together, and like
Yeah.
once in a while you get stopped and you're like, yeah, sure, no problem, and all of us will like pose up and
So it's flattering.
have
Like if
fun.
somebody chases
Yeah,
you
oh,
down
yeah.
and wants your picture, that's
Yeah.
a good
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, it totally is, and it just feels like you embodied that person just for a little bit, and it
Yep.
especially if you have like other people with you, like Sam's probably seen like a few with Peach and Toad side by side, and it's just
the whole
like
family.
yeah,
Like
that's
dad will
awesome.
be Mario or mom will be Peach, and then you've got Luigi, and you've got Toads, and it's a good family cosplay.
yeah, and you get this whole like full family photo that's not a family but a family still. Like
actually still stemming from that, Samantha, I was wondering, are there any Peach or other costumes that have been very different but that really like inspired you, or that really like caught your eye? Not like a classic costume, but like they made a alternate version of it.
The one that I really want someday to do is the trench coat from Odyssey, because I think that's like the coolest Peach.
Oh, sweet.
Little suitcase. Like that would be so darling to do. And I might be able to pull it off, but I don't know. I'm too shy to do it. I don't know if I could do it. I want to. I actually bought the stuff, but I'm too chicken to do it.
See, I'm where you are. I'm where you are. I have the stuff. I could put something together. And then I'm just I'm not there yet.
I don't know. Yeah. Because some people look so good. Like they look so like if you're like 20 and you're blonde and you're gorgeous, you're gonna do Peach. It's gonna be perfect. But at this stage of life, I'm like, I don't want to ruin it for everybody. So I'm just gonna...
No.
Just
not at all.
I'll be the audience. Yeah.
I mean, like Jerry and I saw different variations that weren't necessarily as like thought out or like put in tons of work, but still
they were having fun.
Enjoy the character and they enjoy themselves and everything. And that's what we really enjoyed about the environment that was a Comic-Con convention. That's what we really respect, and we're really glad to hear that you're enjoying attending those conventions, and I'm sure everybody loves seeing you there.
It's really fun. It's so, if I could go to one every weekend, I would. It's really
fun. Absolutely.
My wallet would hate me if I went
I know.
Especially the middle of the month.
Oh yeah.
I bought way too many figures at Comic-Con.
Real quick, speaking of cons, like, have you, as the voice of Peach and Toad, have you been able to go to E3?
No.
What?
Really?
I know. No.
Have you never not been invited to go?
I've not been invited.
How dare
really?
they?
That's a travesty because Charles has been there.
I know, but Charles is Charles.
Yeah.
Charles is
that's true.
Amazing, so, and he's been doing it longer than I have. So if I hang in another 10 years, maybe they'll invite me.
Okay. So I know somebody
at
the
CGN community to petition for
rally the petition.
We'll rally I love you guys.
I know. I have a contact at Nintendo that I will message him and be like, dude,
flexing the contact.
I know.
No, I've been trying to get him on,
but flex a little bit.
Well, I've been trying to get him on for a while now, but it's his schedule is ridiculous on the third party side. So I'll just message him and be like, dude, you need to get Samantha to E3.
Yes, you do. Thank you.
It's another kind of con, and it's another great experience, and it's a little bit of a different atmosphere because it's all games, but it's like the same feeling. It really is a great experience.
The Nintendo fans,
you gotta go.
Oof.
Oh yeah. Oh man, when they had the Smash tournament, that was like the loudest corner. Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to go.
So Samantha, let's kind of look at your career and stuff. I know a lot of it's been Peach and Toad and Mario games, but what actually got you into acting and then eventually voice acting?
I always did voices when I was little. I was a super shy kid, and so I felt really comfortable just being by myself and making weird voices. And my dad would always tell me, you can't get a job doing that. Like, you're going to have to do something that's a real job. And he was wrong. You can get a job doing that. So it just was one of those things where as I got a little bit older, I found myself a lot more comfortable doing theater because there was a script, and I felt super awkward, like really shy. And so like doing something like this would be unthinkable to me when I was probably a young teenager. And so I just did a lot of theater because there's a script. So you got to just follow the rules. And I was really good at it and enjoyed it. And so did just a lot of live theater. And then I got into radio, which was even better. I was just loved it because nobody looks at you. They just hear your voice.
Hear you.
And I loved that. And then I started doing commercials. I got an agent, and then I was doing more national commercials, like for Nordstrom or for Washington Mutual at the time, or I was the voice for Veritas, the online security, all their voice stuff. And
Oh wow.
yeah. So yeah, it wasn't quite as exciting, but it's like there was a lot of stuff to do. And then my agent called me for the audition for Nintendo, and I didn't know. I didn't play the game. So I had no idea exactly what it was, which now I think is a really good thing, because if I would have known how big it was and what it was, it probably would have freaked me out. So I just did the audition. They played Jen Taylor's voice for me, and they were like, "Can you do a voice like this?" And I could. And can you do a voice like this? Yes, and then so it went. And then I got home, and then I bought the gaming system and I played, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing ever." So then I was in love with it. My first game was Strikers in 2007. And it was really cool to see it come out this year again, and have it just so bonus, so beautiful. And yeah. But I had no idea.
It's gonna go off
that's
rails.
probably why I was able to do it, because I didn't know.
So when you started on stage and in theater, did that help you kind of break out of your shell and your comfort zone and get you more comfortable?
Yeah, it did, for sure. But I think the thing that did it even more so than that, and this is what I always tell young actors, is improv. Do a lot of things where you are super uncomfortable, and you have to kind of work as a team. You guys know this because that's what you do. So, if someone
you got to
throws
be
a
quick.
ball,
You got to be quick on that improv.
catch it. Yeah, catch it. And one of the things I learned is, like, if your partner does something and in your head you're thinking, "This is terrible. Why are we going in this direction? I don't want to go this direction." You go anyway, because you're a team. You go anyway. You make them look good, and you just move it. And one of the things Charles told me was, this was one of the best pieces of advice I ever got for doing interviews. Was, he said, if someone asks you a question, answer the question that you wish they had asked rather than the question that they actually asked. Because a lot of times,
wow,
you know what
good.
you want to share, but you're trying to work with whoever you're with, and so you don't want to throw it sideways. You just keep on working with them until you get it to where it is that you want it to be. So yeah, I think the improv is important, and I think doing things that make you scared and make you uncomfortable is important as a performer too, because once you've done it, there's nothing that can take you down. You can't be afraid anymore once you've conquered it and looked it right in the face.
Then you have somewhat of an idea to what to expect.
Yeah. And everybody, you find out too that most people are for you. There's probably some people who aren't, but most people want to be for you, and they like you, and they want to do nice things. And so you don't have to be afraid. And I think the world's like that. It's like people want you to succeed, and they want you to do well, and they want to see your gift. So for young actors, I'm always like, just be all out there, do it as much, and share with as many people as you can, because they're going to be the ones who help you figure out, exactly where you're supposed to be.
Well, as you can tell on this podcast, we just go off rails anyway. So share what you want.
Yeah, come on, man.
We welcome everything.
Oh my God.
I mean, we've got questions we like to, so we can talk about and people can get to know you. But I think one of those great things is off the rails. Just start sharing. You share a story. It was like with Laura, she shared a story. She would actually have a little DS with her while she was on stage acting, and she'd go off after her scene. She'd go off and go play, and then put it back in the pocket of her costume and go right back.
That was so funny.
She is the coolest girl. She's been really fun. Like, we've done probably 3 cons together now, and I made her do it because I was like, they want to see you. And it's true. Everyone loves her. And it's so cool to get to hang out with her. Because normally I was just touring around with Kenny, Kenny's awesome, but Kenny's Kenny, I want to have like a girl with me too. So it's been really nice because we bring up the estrogen level, and it just helps to balance out some of Kenny sometimes. We made him do a tea party with us. Oh, it was
awesome.
So we've got Bowser sitting there, and he looks just miserable. Like,
I would love a pic. That's
I know that
those
experiences are just like, priceless. Of like, oh man,
yeah.
Princess tea party with Bowser. Yeah,
nice.
That is I'm just picturing that now in my head. You guys,
I
all
will
trying
send
to
you a
make him do
picture.
a tea
Oh,
break.
that'd be
Yeah.
oh
Oh,
yes.
oh.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That is hilarious. And I could see his facial expression kind of just so
Kenny's funny because once you get him started, he can complain about stuff, and I like to just kind of get him started. He's like a beautiful Eeyore, you know, just get him going, and he'll be like,
Lord.
Oh, love it.
Oh.
Love it. That's my mom's favorite
Amazing.
character.
Oh.
yeah, he's
So
awesome.
real quick, I want to grab this question while it's in chat.
Okay.
So James Griffin 22, welcome.
Welcome, bud.
Good night.
Mhm.
He asked in chat, are there any places in the world that you would like to visit?
Yes. I want to go to Japan and do Super Mario World now.
Oh
Don't you
my
guys wanna
goodness.
go?
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
I missed out on that. I want to do that now too.
I
Yeah.
would,
But
we're getting one
Japan is
here.
great.
It's
We're
We just
getting
coming,
one
planned a
right?
group trip.
Anaheim, is it coming?
Yeah,
It's
Universal
getting built.
Studios.
It's still
Yep.
getting built.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
going to be fun.
But
And Paris.
overall, just Japan itself,
Mhm.
definitely do it. It's great.
Yeah. And
I would
there's
love
just
to go.
so much. Just your eyes will just be like looking
Yeah.
everywhere, like
Mhm.
constantly.
And a huge culture shock, but in a good way. Just like
Mhm.
how clean it was. You know how strict they were with their trash cans and certain trash and even smoking designated areas. And you
Yeah.
flick a butt, you get a huge ticket.
Yeah.
Like it's
It's
very different, but it's quite wonderful out there.
Yeah.
It really is.
Where would you go? Where would you start if you were
okay,
telling
so it depends.
somebody?
Yeah, if it depends on how long you're staying.
Yeah,
But
because it
if
is
you're
expensive
staying-
too.
Well, it's about the same as US, but I mean, if you're going for like 1 week, you definitely want to stay in the Tokyo area.
Yes.
Because I mean, just taking a train from Tokyo to like Shibuya or Akihabara, those are maybe like 10, 15, 20 minutes away. So you don't have a lot of like travel. A lot of it will be on foot. So you'll get a good workout. Like when I went, I ate everything under the sun and I still lost like 10 pounds because you're just constantly walking.
I want to do that.
Oh,
I
like
love
us at
food,
E3?
too.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you guys at E3.
Yeah,
one year I
lost
that's
like
right.
10 pounds
You're
while I
stuck
was
at
there.
you're stuck at your spot.
All right.
Yeah.
But
Um,
yeah, if you have more than that, definitely check out like Osaka, the like lower side. It's just amazing because that's where all the more like traditional places are, like those 1950 like temples that you see. You'll see those way more over there. And
That's where I went for the big Buddha during
it's so
the cherry
beautiful.
blossom bloom.
It's-
It was
it's
beautiful.
so beautiful out that way.
Do you feel like you have to speak Japanese in order to?
No,
No, and
Navigate
that was that's another thing about how wonderful the culture is. I honestly, with me and my few friends that were out there, we clearly looked lost. And this old lady just
yeah.
we clearly looked
You
lost.
look lost in Arizona.
You look,
Terry.
I was gonna say, you look lost
Like,
anywhere,
yeah.
Jerry.
I needed
I mean,
GPS everywhere, but when we were out there,
It's-
we clearly looked lost. But this old lady just came up to us and saw that we didn't really know where to go, and she just offered to help. And she actually walked a block away and then just showed us the street. This is where you go, and it just kind of it kind of
Wow.
took us back. Like, dude, that was awesome. Like, you don't really experience that out here, but yeah, it was quite wonderful to
I
experience.
would want to go to Kyoto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kyoto,
For one reason only,
the same.
to go see Nintendo, the actual Nintendo office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the campuses in Redmond, but the actual, where it all started,
And they're
But-
drafting up the restraining order now.
An international travel incident.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whoa.
well, I don't have a passport yet, so and if,
So you might
if I
wanna
did, probably get seized.
Got a
but,
little preparation.
right. So Stan, when you were working on all the different Mario games, right? Did you re-record all your lines through each individual game, or did they reuse some of them?
They reuse some of it, and so it's fun in a way, and in some ways it's frustrating because you're like, oh, a new game came out. I didn't record that. And there's this moment where you're thinking, well, who did the voice for that? Then then you're like, oh, it was me. That's okay. That's good. So
We're just gonna
record,
reuse it.
Nintendo's super creative. And so when we record, there'll be like a team of guys and they've written all these lines, and they also are open to playing scenarios and going, okay, so what's another way we could say this? So, what's another attitude we could have in this?
Cool.
And so there's a sort
okay.
of a fun collaboration and flow that happens. And then it's really fun. You'll look out and they'll be like, that was cute. That was cute. And with Peach, mostly it's like cute. We want cute. And so can you do it, but do it cuter? And so it's really fun. And you end up recording just volumes and volumes of stuff, because if we're sitting there for, a week doing, 4 hours a day or 5 hours a day, there's a lot of stuff. So they end up having a lot in their bank that they can decide probably, hey, this would work for this, or this would work for this. So sometimes
Bringing
it's a
it out of
surprise
the
for
vault.
me. I don't always know what's, what they're using it for coming out. But I love it. They continue to call and we record new things too. I think the last one that we recorded that I can think of was probably right before COVID. It was Mario Kart Tour. We did all new stuff for that. So that was cool.
Wow.
And then we did
Nice.
I don't know. I did the voice for Lego Peach, which is coming, which is out. Somebody just told me they bought it. I'm so excited. I want to buy it now. And
Is it the is it the the electronic ones that turn on and
The Lego sets. Yeah,
yeah,
they
they're
did
like for
those
your
came
kids'
out.
ages, Matt. Like those
Yeah.
cute little
yeah.
So that was a fun project that we did, and I did get to do the voices for the characters at the Super Mario World. So for the amusement parks, I got to do those voices
Oh,
too,
wow.
and so
Cool.
that was really
Oh
special.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Now you gotta go because
Yeah, I
you
gotta
gotta
Yeah,
go.
now you gotta go.
It was the first time, because a lot of times, when we do the characters, there's only very short lines and very short sounds. And
Oh,
to
man.
do it where you're doing a whole script or a whole bunch of speaking, it was really special. It was really, really neat. And I tried to imagine, like, if I was a little girl and I was meeting Peach and Peach is talking to me, how does that feel? And then how do I want to speak to her to make her feel like a queen or a princess, with how I'm going to speak and do this line. And so it was really a fun project to work on.
Oh, how fun would it be to just blow everyone's minds out when you go to the park and voice the character, right? That would be amazing.
It's
Yeah, that
so
would be fun.
magical, though. I mean, just
Yeah.
the way, I don't know if you've seen some of the videos, but these characters are huge and it's so magical. I'm very excited to take my daughter and go and just experience it just for the fun of it,
So one question that White Wolf 4961 asked, and I was going to actually ask you this too, is did you have a favorite Mario game that you actually did do the lines for?
I mean, I like all the ones that we do, and they're always new. My favorite one to play is Mario Kart on the Wii, because that's pretty much the last one that I played a lot, which is so old, I know. But because at the time I was a new stepmom, and I had a little, he's 6, and so we played together, and it was our bonding. It was this
Oh, that's
tremendous
awesome.
thing, because I didn't know if he
Yeah.
would like me or not. I was so nervous about being an evil stepmom, and he liked me, and we played, and so that one's very special to me because of that reason.
Nice.
Well, Jerry has PTSD with
I don't
Mario
want to talk
Kart.
about. I don't
All
wanna talk
right.
about it.
Share. Do you want to
Talk
share
about-
with the group, Jerry?
Oh my god.
Oh,
It's
so-
okay. No, it's
I'll
cool.
share.
Every time we play, we just it's a ringer. He brings in a ringer, and it's just
and not
it's
me.
just not fair.
It is not.
It's just not fair. Yeah.
So we joke around that my household is the Mario Kart dojo.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And my wife,
I will not
on
play
a
with her.
very consistent
I
basis,
will not play with her.
will, with the
I don't get
exception
it.
of a couple of courses,
I don't get it.
she will own me.
I don't know how she does it. I don't get it. Every time. Either I was winning. I was winning once, and she lapped me. How did she lap me? I don't get that. I don't want to talk about it.
Well, Jerry, there's this
Deep
thing called the
breath.
gap. Yeah.
There aren't any emotional scars at all with
At
that.
all.
Wow.
I
didn't-
at my grass. The one
even know
time I was
how-
like, oh my god, I'm gonna place. I'm gonna place. Nope. I got lapped.
And then it was shell.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I gotta say, it wasn't all my wife either, because I had a hand in some
there
of those
was some
shells.
collusion. There was collusion.
I'm
But
sorry.
But I will say this:
that's a rough
my
game.
Sorry for
wife,
your pain.
my wife's main setup is Peach and the Yoshi bike.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And she just
That's a winner. You can't really beat that, so it's not your fault, Derry. Can't beat
That's
it.
true. That's very true. But that's rough. It's a rough game.
But real quick, so James Griffin asked another question. What was your favorite thing about voicing Princess Peach?
Oh, a Peach to me is a character that is so delightful, but she's also, you don't mess with her, like she's gonna smile and be sweet, but she's telling you I won. And I like
She's
how
got a little sass. Yeah, a little sass to her.
delightful she is. Yeah. I really enjoy it. And it depends too. I think if you're playing her in Smash, it's even, it's a little bit more sassy.
Get the frying pan
I
out.
love it, like because wouldn't that be just great if you just went through life and you could be just as sweet and kind as anybody, but you don't take any kind of, like, you don't take anything. You just you're strong, you can stand up. And I love that for a model for girls and for guys. I mean, all of us, like, that's just nice to be nice and to stand your
follow it up.
ground.
What was your favorite thing about voicing Toad and Toadette?
Toad, oh, I love Toad. Toad is the character where I feel like I can just like be totally free, like just like let it loose. And there's a certain joyful ridiculousness about that, like when you're just willing to make a fool of yourself. And I'm sure, like, to watch it in studio, it probably looks so ridiculous because I'm all in. It's really fun, and it's a little harder to distinguish between the Toads, because that is such a guttural voice and it's so in the throat that making it slightly higher and a little bit more articulate for Toadette is a little more challenging. And it's been a while since I've done Toadette, honestly. Like, if I did it again, I would have to hear a vocal reference and go, okay, how does she exactly sound?
Wow.
And
oh wow.
So oh, go ahead.
We were just asked, what's your favorite Toad line? Speaking of loving Toad and
oh gosh. Favorite Toad. My favorite Toad line is probably one that Jen Taylor did before me. Do you remember when Toad says, "I'm the best"? That one? I mean, that's Toad, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I like Toad's enthusiasm. He's just like, yeah.
That's so cool.
And Toad has come to CGN too.
People are so good at, like, the voices that people will come up to the table, and when you find out they like Toad, all you have to do is one little sound, like, and then they'll go, and then you go, and it just becomes this whole, like, Toad conversation, and it draws a crowd. People all gather around. People are great at that voice. Like, if people do it, you either love it or you hate it, right?
True.
So what was it like?
Like, I'm not going to comment. I don't want to say.
No, I love Toad's
it's like,
voice. I
it's
totally.
like Navi. It's
He is
the
our
same
Toad.
thing.
How can you not love them?
So what was it? I meant to ask you when you were talking about this convention, you just brought her up again. What was it like meeting Jen Taylor for the first time?
Jen, I was so starstruck. Because I never met her. I only met her about 6 months ago, and
wow, so recent. Wow.
Yeah, and I always wanted to meet her because I've admired her for so long. And she was only at the con for one day, so she's there for Sunday. She's also there for Cortana. She's there for Hello and everything, and she's just, there's never a break. Like, there's just people, like hundreds and hundreds of people to get her autograph and to see her. And so she really didn't even have a minute to say anything. She came in and she's signing autographs and she's greeting people, and she's lovely. She's so kind and taking her time with everybody. But I couldn't jump in. And so I waited. I told my agent, I was like, I really want to meet her, really want to meet her. He's like, I got you. So he takes me up to where she's having her photo op. And again, there's hundreds of people. She's even getting her picture taken with a dog, and she's doing such a great job. And at one point there was just like a little break in the line, and I go in and I'm like, hi. And then I started stuttering because I was sort of nervous. And I go, I'm Samantha Kelly. And she's like, oh. And she goes, and I go, oh, I do the voice for Peach. I really wanted to meet you. And she's like, oh hi. But it was like I know she was like, how did this girl ever get a voice job ever? Like, and I was, and then when I say goodbye, I was like, oh, such a good She's like, okay, bye. So yeah, my meeting with Jen, I had imagined we would just like hang out. We'd be like hanging out, going
being
out
cool,
together,
being
get
super
some
smooth,
coffee.
like getting coffee.
I was awkward. She was great. That was it. Maybe I'll have another chance someday, So I'll practice. Hi. Nice to meet you.
Just have it pre-recorded and just
yeah.
Pick up your phone and just.
I'm so excited to meet you.
Just listen. Yeah.
So, what is one voiceover actor or actress that you have yet to meet that you would love to meet?
You know who I want to meet is
question.
Jim Cummings. I love him so much.
Ooh,
like he can do
good choice.
every voice under the sun, and they're all distinct. And yeah, he's probably my wish list for want to meet.
Very nice.
Conroy for me.
Yeah.
Big Batman fan, and animated series was my childhood.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you met him?
No.
Well,
we haven't really done a lot of cons other than E3 and Comic-Con, but yeah, I'm gonna try and hopefully one day.
They're starting to come back up again, you know. Man? Like
we're getting back there.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah.
I would love not only Kevin Conroy, but also Tara Strong.
Yes, she's
Good
so
one.
awesome.
She is very awesome.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Very nice. She was at Denver Comic Con when I went for the first time, and she was fantastic.
Cool.
She really is. And Greg Sipes, and they do their podcast too. The Ship It Show. I think we did a version of that show like live at one of the cons I was at, and Kenny and I got to be on it with them, which was really fun. It's really crazy.
Nice.
Yeah, but they're awesome. She's awesome.
So do you guys still do you and your family still play Nintendo outside of the Wii? Have you guys moved on to the Switch?
No, and I need to.
No way.
I haven't. I know. I need to totally. I think it's I haven't been sure because our daughter there's a little bit of learning disability, and so the fine motor isn't exactly what it was like with my son. And so I think there's a part of me that's like, I don't know if we're ready or not, but I mean, we busted out the Wii last week and she was messing around with it, and I think she would do great at it. It's me that has the issue. Like she would do great, so yeah, I got to move on to it. I don't know.
Well,
you know how it's like when you
the
just
best time.
You have
there's
like
a huge library that you can choose from now. So
I hear, I know.
Oh, yeah.
It's like what 75. When I looked at all the different games that I was in, I was like, that's a lot of games. I didn't know I did that many.
And I think that goes to what you were saying is you didn't know what
not always,
your bank the voice bank was being used.
Right.
Because then I started going looking, I'm like, wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, wait, multiples right here, and it's so outside of like Mario Kart, for the reason that you were talking about, when you were playing the Nintendo stuff, did you have a favorite game, or was it always just Mario Kart?
I've only ever played Mario Kart, like for the games. I tried to play Galaxy. I tried to play Smash. I tried to play Smash, and I can play other characters, but I can't play Peach. Like there's a technique to playing her that and oddly enough, a lot of guys come up to me and they are like, I play Peach, I only play Peach. I make my friends crazy because I win all the time. And I love those stories, because she kind of creeps up on you, but I couldn't make it work. And you know what it is, guys, is it's like I haven't had enough time to do it. Matt and I were talking about it, my mom, and I've got like 4 jobs, and so my life isn't what it used to be when I was sort of single or newly married and I had time. And there wasn't always someone going, mom, someday again I shall have a life, but right now it's sort of just
called adulting.
I love cons, because when I'm at a con, I'm all by myself, I'm just like can be a person. It's so cool.
So we did have Orca's CHO jumped in chat. They missed part of the question. We were talking about the voices for Toad when you talked about having to do the different just pitches and stuff based on which Toad it is. But part of their question is did you have a particular Toad color that's your favorite?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. I think this one because the red one.
OG.
Right?
Yeah.
OG.
Yeah. But I think they're all darling. I mean, what's not to love? They're all darling. When we were recording voices for the Super Mario World, one of the characters that we kind of created was a chef who was Toad, and so he was really fun too. So if you go to the amusement park, you got to check that one out too, because that was a really fun voice to create, and a lot of Toadette for that as well.
Oh man,
what was particularly so much more fun being the Toad chef opposed to the others?
He had lines. He had a lot of lines.
Lines.
And you know,
like,
because Toads are kind of in service.
It's the simple things in life.
And the chef was more like, you know, chefs have a little bit of you know, attitude, like they're artists in their own right. And so he had a slightly different character that was fun to do.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's
so when you.
I'm sure that was a lot of fun.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, they were really fun to be with. And I believe we had so many people collaborating on that too, because we had the amusement park and we had Nintendo and we had Nintendo Japan and we had like just everybody. So it was a pretty exciting. It was a cool project. When do I get to go?
Now I want to see Toad in like every profession that you can think of, like
Doesn't
Toad construction worker out of nowhere. And just like that'd be a lot of fun.
Well, they do have the Toad construction worker for Mario Maker.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Oh,
and we need a Toad pilot or something.
Exactly. You come in because you haven't been feeling real well and your doctor is Toad.
Oh my God.
Dr. Toad, you know, like they gotta have all these
Did you go to medical school?
And you just see him do that.
I don't know.
He looks at like an x-ray and he does the wow.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, dude.
Is that a good wow or a bad wow?
Like,
was that good or bad? I can't tell.
Tell me, am I gonna die?
I'm scared.
You're welcome, Nintendo, for the good ideas now. Right?
Yeah, no joke.
I don't think they're gonna want to do any of these.
Probably not. It's Nintendo. So with it though, I mean, like over the course of your career, though, you've done the physical acting on screen and stuff. Which do you have a preference on? The voice acting or the physical acting?
Voice acting. Yeah. I don't like to be on camera usually. So I don't know. I think that I don't have a face for it because when I'm making sounds, my face is really big and I have really squishy cheeks that are big. And so when I make sounds and stuff, it gets, my face kind of like goes over the whole camera like, wah! And it's frightening. And so the few times where I've done like on screen things, I have to dial it back a lot. I'm way better at voice acting. It's just more comfortable to me because you can be as big as you want to be and nobody cares. They like it.
A little bit more freeing.
Yeah, exactly.
So Samantha, one of the questions we do like to ask everybody that's on the show.
Oh no. Is this gonna be hard?
It's not that it's not that bad. It's not hard.
Okay.
Not even. So when you guys have game nights in your household, whether you have friends over, family over, but you guys are just doing a game night, what is your favorite game to play? Regardless if it's a card game, board game, Mario Kart, whatever it is. What is your guys' favorite game to play for game night?
The family game night.
The family game night. We play a lot of Uno because of our daughter. And you know what I loved playing when our son was a little bit younger was the Rabbids game. You know, have you guys ever played that?
Yeah.
That was pretty fun.
Those are fun.
And then our daughter's come up with a game. It's like Go Fish, except she calls it Go Human. And so when it's your turn to draw a card, if you have to, she'll say Go Human. So you play Go Human. So that's what
that's awesome.
Oh,
do you guys use all the Uno different rules? Like they have like if you drop a 0, everybody switches cards and stuff.
No, I'm not good at it. I didn't, but you know what I bought I think it was at the Game On Expo. I bought an entire deck of cards and they're all the Nintendo characters. Like they're
Oh, nice.
I got it.
Oh,
It's,
Uno
no, it's
theme?
Smash. You know what? It's Smash. There's one that's Nintendo and there's one that's Smash. And so that every Smash character is in that deck. And
And it's Uno themed,
no, it's a
It's
regular
just-
deck.
or it's a
Regular-
deck of cards.
Yeah,
Both
just
of
regular
them.
deck of cards.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
that was pretty good find. It's like you were saying though, Jerry, it's like when you're at those cons, there's so much art and there's so many cool things that you end up buying.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
crazy kind of when you're walking around, what kind of really piques your interest, because like the first time we went to Comic-Con for that one day that got us into this previous year, this recent year, we bought a lot of art. we got a lot of art that year. But this past
introduced
Comic-Con,
Jerry to Artist Alley for the first
Yeah.
time.
It's
and then
crazy, right?
And
But-
then he
but the
watched me
craziest
drop
thing-
so much money.
and then the craziest thing, this last Comic-Con, I was more into indie comics. I bought more indie comics than I did art, and it was
There was a lot more indie comics this
Yeah.
year than the last
and it
year
was
that we
just
went.
it's so great to support those artists and those independent artists, and it's just all those great like independent stories. It's wonderful. But
They're
yeah,
very creative stories, like just being able to see a difference from the streamline of everything being so popular. You kind of get the repetitiveness, but just to have that independent creativity
Yeah.
out there and being able to support that is fantastic.
something very original and very
Yeah.
imaginative. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And especially like when you see they've captured, if you know a character really well and they've captured the spirit of the character in what they've done, and it's like it's not even just like a literal representation, but there's something in there that you're like, wow, they captured that
yeah,
the essence of that character.
or
I-
their kind of drawing, or their
Yeah, their
Yeah,
style.
their style.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jason.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love
Mhm.
fan art. It's crazy, but a lot of times younger people will come and they'll bring Peach or Toad or Mario that they've drawn, and they give it to me for a present, and I keep every single one of them
Oh,
because
that's nice.
they're
That's cool.
beautiful. And a lot of times they'll write notes and they're super special. And to me, it's just like we have so much talent in this younger generation, and you see it.
Mhm.
They're going to have more opportunities to do stuff like this, and the fact that they start so young makes me really, really happy.
So I want to get there's two questions that got dropped in chat, and I want to get those
yeah.
answered before we kind of go off air tonight. But first though, welcome to Game Night. PHT504, who says, hi, Samantha Kelly, such a huge fan. So
Thank
one
you
of
for
the
joining.
questions that was asked is, what is your favorite Peach outfit in either Odyssey or Mario Kart Tour?
I like the sundress, but I think the trench coat is my absolute favorite.
That one was cool.
Yeah, the kimono is pretty cool too, though. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you like?
I dig the trench coat one. It's
cool, right?
kind of like that whole like Victorian style
Classic.
era look, classic.
Yeah,
look,
it's a classic one.
Yeah.
You know? And I think part of it is like she's just done. She's like, I'm done being kidnapped. I'm done with Nintendo and Bowser
Yes.
fighting over me. That I'm just gonna go peace and just go do things on my own for a while. So yeah, that's probably like my favorite, I think.
Yeah.
And then I guess I'll grab Peachy's question real quick before we finish out with the last one. Is Peachy asked, have you ever met the voice of Princess Daisy?
I have met her online, but I haven't met her in person yet. Deanna Mustard. And yeah, so she has the same agent that I have. And so I've met her on a screen while she was at his office and I was at my office, and we've said hello, and she seems really nice, but I've never done a con with her. I get the feeling that she's kind of like me before I started doing cons, where I wasn't sure it was something I wanted to do because I was a little scared.
A little
And
hesitant.
I don't know I don't know, maybe that's not the case for her, but I get the feeling that it's like, I don't know how I would like it. And I'm like, if you came and did one, you would love it. You would
You're
just love
hooked.
it. So
Yeah,
I
it just
know.
takes one, and you just gotta reel them
it
in.
does. And then so many people, like when I'm at a con, want her. Like they want to see her. And if she came, she would be so embraced. So I don't know. That's kind of my mission. I keep telling my agent, like, give me her contact information.
Well, at that
So I
point,
can
if you're going
totally
to
stalk
do
her.
that, if you're
Knock
going to
on
do
the
that,
door.
then you need to rope in Laura. and then you
Yeah,
have
Laura will help me
three.
because now Laura's
Oh.
doing them, you know? So that was Laura
Yeah.
hadn't done them before we talked. And I was like, you got to do this because I knew how many people were interested. And she does. She just has a nice line of people who want to meet her and who love her. And it would be the same for Daisy. Absolutely.
Yep. So the final question that we'll grab out of the chat is, what would be your dream game? I'm just going to preface this more as what would be your dream project to voiceover or do voice work for?
What a good question. I'm kind of a Disney fan because of all the movies that I've watched with our daughter. And
Fanatic.
so I don't know if it would be a Disney princess, but I would love to. You know what, guys? I might like to be a villain someday. I've never been a villain. Like,
Ooh.
that would be kind of cool. Because, you know,
I would
from
love
when
it.
I was, wouldn't
What
that
a
be fun?
twist.
Disney villain, Disney princess.
Wouldn't that be
Campaign.
something like to get to,
Yes.
right? Do you remember the Wicked Witch of the West in The Wizard of Oz?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You, my pretty little
Yeah.
dog, too. No, like,
That-
wouldn't it be so
Ooh.
That's pretty
fabulous?
good.
That would, yeah.
Cool for a second, you know? Because I'm always the nice one. So I might
One
have
day.
to.
You gotta
One
try
day
the
there'll
villains.
be a
You can be a
bizarre
little.
world.
You can be a
Yeah.
like. Not only can you be bad, but you can have more fun as a villain. From what I've gathered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can be a little bit more playful and, you know, a little sassy. Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Like, is it do you ever feel
Well, because
like
villains
because you get to
don't.
be something completely different from yourself that you're not necessarily
Mhm.
so I feel like some actors usually when they're doing certain voices or whatever, they're still putting a little bit of themselves into it.
Yeah.
But do you ever feel like that you have the urge to just like completely go out of your comfort zone and just do completely something different to where somebody's like, you're unrecognizable when you're doing this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Isn't that the challenge that most actors want to do, is something that is so different from what they always get cast in or what they, you know, live kind of in their regular life. And I think it's fun. And we know that if it's a villain and it's in a, you know, in a game or in a movie, we know that they're safe. And so you can take it as far as you want to take it. Cruella DeVille, I mean, you guys are going to get to live that live for Halloween.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Oh yeah,
jealous.
my wife wants to do the whole like the split, like the Emma Stone version where it's like the black and the white, just the
Oh yeah.
split
Oh,
wig
nice.
and-
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
So yeah, I got to figure out which version of Jasper Horace I'm gonna be. Yeah, it was interesting being Bert last year, so we'll see.
Yeah,
First time
this is
I've-
going to be a totally different kind of a role for you, Matt. So I think you're going to do great.
I think the only other time I've ever dressed up in my adult life would be we did Halloween night at the Blockbuster I ran, and I dressed up as Dante from Clerks. Even made a Blockbuster badge with the name Dante on it.
Sweet.
That's awesome.
And people were like, I thought your name was Matt. And I'm like, is it? I mean, I'm really not supposed to be here today. So and then I did one year, there was an archery Halloween party and I dressed up as Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
But again, it wasn't too far out of my comfort zone because it was stuff I could normally just wear, like a Henley and jeans, and it wasn't really too much out of my comfort zone versus Bert. But I loved it. Kids had a lot of fun with it. My dad flew down because when we were in Arizona at the time, my dad flew down from Colorado. He got a little penguin little outfit and a little penguin nose to dress up as a penguin too. So it was great. So
so cool.
Definitely
inspiring.
Definitely see how the Halloween goes this year. But so real quick, Samantha, let's drop a line where fans can find you. I know especially you're more active on Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram
Or
I
Twitter,
do so at Samantha Kelly Peach. And I do, there's a little bit on Facebook, but not very much. Mostly I'm just doing Instagram right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
So Samantha, it was a absolute pleasure having you on tonight.
Aw,
I'm going to
thank
send
Thank
the
you
offer
so much for
that
joining. Thank you.
you are welcome back anytime that you want.
Anytime.
Anytime you're bored, just shoot me a message. Be like, hey, what are you guys doing tonight?
Can I come over and play?
We'll get you on.
Yeah, I would
Yes.
Oh,
love
yeah.
to.
Yeah.
I'd love to come back. Thank you guys so
Crash
much.
anytime,
Yep.
please.
Right
Absolutely.
on.
So to
Then
everybody
eventually
that
we'll
joined,
schedule that group trip to Japan. We'll do
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
Yes.
definitely.
And we're gonna all
Yes.
cosplay.
Oh,
Yes.
we're gonna.
We'll all be toads. We'll all be different colored
Yeah, there you
toads.
go.
Down.
Hats.
Totally
like it.
down.
Wear all the hats.
It's
You know,
on.
you got one bearded toad for sure.
Right.
one small bearded
The
toad.
the old toad. You know, I'll just dye it white. The old toad.
I can't
Oh,
wait.
that would be awesome.
So to everyone that crashed game night with us tonight, thank you, especially those ones that are tuning into us for the first time. We appreciate it.
Definitely.
Welcome. Thank
Hopefully
you.
you enjoyed the show and the distraction. If you want to catch some other episodes, including the one we did with Rosalie and Laura, head on over to crashinggamenight.com. We have profiles built for all of our guests. So when this one gets uploaded this weekend coming, there will be a profile for Sam on there as well. There'll be linked right to the episode as well.
And more to come.
Yes.
Yeah.
More episodes to
Of
come.
course,
So-
yes.
And the
More
documentary of the
episodes to come.
Japan trip, which is going to
Yes.
be well
Oh,
worth
eventually.
it.
Hey, we documented our trip to E3 and the apology, so we'll definitely do one
Yeah.
for Japan.
Yeah.
But
Cool.
definitely, if you enjoyed what you saw tonight, definitely hit those follow buttons on whatever platform you want to follow us on, whether that be Twitch, YouTube, or one of the many podcast channels we're on. But like I always say, especially during these times, guys, just please be excellent to each other and stay frosty.
That's right, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Samantha, my lady, royalty, thank you so much for joining. This has been an absolute pleasure. And once again, to all the new people that joined in the chat, thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Once again, guys, we want to show all of our support to everyone that's having a little trouble out there. Black Lives Matter. Stop that Asian hate. Your LGBTQ plus LGBTQIA plus community. And let's just and also our women are getting challenged on their voice. Let's show support there. And just once again, guys, let's just try and show a little bit more compassion, patience, and let's just try and help each other if we see someone in need. Thank you all, and thanks, nerds.
Again, shout outs to all you guys out there. Orcus, White Wolf, James, Peach, Pika. Thank you guys again.
Thank you.
Especially for the followings. You guys make us want to bring more people on, and like Samantha, it's just tons of fun, and always fun chatting with you guys wherever I see it. Again, please, if you haven't been already, or we still are getting more and more cons. Obviously, I think from Samantha and I, and you guys as well, Theo, Jerry, Matt, you gotta hit up a con soon, man. You're missing out on all the fun. But we are getting more and more back, so let's just keep up with staying safe out there. Social distance whenever possible. Wear a mask still. There's still a lot of people out there that still wear them, so it's okay. It's still fine. But yeah,
better be safe than sorry.
Yeah, better safe than sorry. And just the more of us that go out there and just promote safety needs, it's good. Shout outs to all you guys on the front line as well. Police, hospital, retail, teachers. I know you guys are coming back to school, so teachers, much love.
Good
much
luck.
Love.
Be
much
ready.
love, yeah. But as always, every night that we do this, my man, Theo Wallstein, please send us home.
Samantha, thank you again so
Send
much
us
for
home.
joining us. You have been fabulous. We love you. We'd love to have you on again. And anytime you're at another con, we'll be happy to go to that con, whether or not it's across the country, across the world, whatever. We'll go see you.
Oh,
If it's closer to us, then
Oh yeah, we
Yes,
would love
that'd
to.
be
Most definitely.
yeah.
Oh, you guys, and get your Crashing Game Night shirts.
Woo!
Gotta get
Oh,
it.
yeah.
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 I love my shirt.
Look at
We
that.
love that in pink.
I
Love
told
it.
you, Theo and I were talking about that.
Yeah,
before
it looks
Theo
so good
ends
in
us
pink.
out here. It
I
looks
might
so
have to
good
get
in
a pink one now.
It-
just
I
'cause.
love it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So
Thank you.
order a shirt. Yeah. there.
And for
Right there.
those watching, thank you. Those for listening. Till next time, TTFN. Ta-ta for now.
Good night, everybody.
Goodbye.
Mwah.